The hum of the starship's engines filled the room as Leo stared at the blinking console. He had grown used to the isolation of deep space observation posts, but tonight something felt different. The stars outside seemed sharper, more vibrant, almost as if the universe itself were watching. A sudden flash of light made him blink. For a moment, the entire room glimmered, like sunlight refracting through water. And then, standing in the middle of the observation deck, was a figure unlike any Leo had ever seen. She seemed to shimmer, her form partially translucent, like she had been carved out of starlight itself. Leo's first instinct was to jump back, but his curiosity rooted him to the spot. The figure gave a small bow, and in a voice that sounded both musical and mechanical, she said, "Greetings. I am Nara. I apologize for the sudden entry. My attire is not designed for your atmospheric conditions." Leo's mind raced. Teleportation was theoretical at best, even among the most advanced civilizations. Yet here she was, appearing out of thin air. And judging by her explanation, she wasn't without clothes in her own form. Her species simply existed in a state that humans could interpret. Minimal. Hello, Leo said cautiously, trying not to stare at her shimmering outline. "I'm Leo. You teleported here?" "Yes," Nara replied. Her voice had a strange echo, as if multiple tones were layered together. "I am from the Erethian cluster. Your species is fascinating. I required immediate observation of your planetary environment, and this location was convenient." Leo exhaled slowly. He had trained for first contacts with alien species, but never had he imagined one would materialize in his private quarters. He glanced at the control panel and then back at her. "Well, I guess you picked the right human. I'm kind of the planetary observer around here. You won't get a more thorough tour than me." Nara's translucent form shifted, and a faint smile seemed to form. "I have observed your species extensively through long-range scans. Yet there is unpredictability in your behavior that is compelling." Leo raised an eyebrow. "Unpredictability? That's a polite way of saying you humans are messy and weird. Messy, yes, but resourceful, resilient, and adaptive," Nara said. She gestured at a nearby console. "Your species' ability to overcome technological challenges with limited resources is remarkable." Leo felt a flicker of pride. Humans had colonized near-star systems, terraformed planets, and created AI companions, all while juggling internal conflicts and limited energy resources. "Thanks, I guess. We do try." Nara moved closer, her form flowing like liquid silver. "I require assistance. The planetary energy readings I collected indicate an anomaly, one that may threaten your local sector. I require a human perspective to interpret these signals." Leo glanced at the display. The readings were strange pulses of energy that didn't conform to any known pattern. "Okay, I'll bite. Let's see what we're dealing with." For the next several hours, Leo and Nara pored over the data. She had a way of seeing the energy waves, bending her form slightly as though adjusting lenses invisible to Leo. He worked on his console, cross-referencing human data with her interpretations. Slowly, a pattern emerged as signal that seemed to originate from deep beneath the surface of a nearby planet. "This is unusual," Leo muttered. "The energy readings suggest a sentient construct, but its architecture is unknown. Nothing in human or allied alien databases matches this." Nara's form shimmered in excitement. "Precisely why I required your insight. Your species' approach is lateral. You see solutions where others see only linear processes." Leo couldn't help but smile. "So humans are good at thinking outside the box. That's flattering." Hours passed, and the initial shock of her appearance faded into a collaborative rhythm. Nara adjusted her shape to better interface with human tools, while Leo guided her in interpreting planetary topography and electromagnetic fluctuations. They discovered a cavern system beneath the planet's surface, pulsing with energy at irregular intervals. "I suspect a dormant intelligence," Nara said, her form flickering like static electricity. "It may be protective, or defensive. Your species' experience in engineering and improvisation will be invaluable." Leo scratched his head. "So what, we just go down there and talk to it?" "In a manner of speaking," Nara said. "Or we find a way to harmonize with it. Direct confrontation could be catastrophic." The next day, they suited up in environmental gear, with Nara adjusting her form to mimic human clothing for practicality. The starship descended to the planet's surface, landing near the energy readings. Leo and Nara moved cautiously toward the cavern entrance, which glowed with soft pulses of azure light dot as they entered. The walls shimmered, reacting to their presence. Nara extended a limb-like projection, scanning the patterns. "The entity is aware of us. It recognizes intelligence, not form." Leo nodded, marveling at the cavern. The walls seemed alive, composed of crystalline structures that refracted light in endless patterns. "It's beautiful," he whispered. "Almost like the planet itself is thinking." Nara's eyes, or what resembled eyes, brightened. "You understand. Many of my species would attempt to control it." "Your species?" "You respect the unknown." At the heart of the cavern, the energy coalesced into a massive, amorphous figure. It pulsed rhythmically, sending waves through the crystalline walls. Leo felt a slight vibration under his feet, like the heartbeat of the planet itself. Nara communicated silently with the entity through her own energy signature, and then turned to Leo. "It responds to resonance. Your species can produce harmonic frequencies using simple tools. We must align with it." Leo quickly improvised, using the ship's portable emitters to generate low-frequency pulses. At first, nothing happened. Then, the cavern trembled gently, and the amorphous figure's pulses synchronized with their signals. A warm luminescence filled the space, and Leo felt an unspoken understanding flow between them. "It's peaceful," Leo said in awe. "It wasn't hostile at all. It just wanted recognition." Nara's form flickered with subtle shades of color, a clear sign of approval among her species. "Your approach is exemplary. Humans possess an innate ability to connect without domination. It is remarkable." Leo smiled, a sense of pride swelling in him. "Well, we do like to improvise. Sometimes it works out better than planning." Over the next several hours, Leo and Nara fine-tuned their resonance with the planetary entity, creating a stable energy field that harmonized the planet's natural flows. The cavern pulsed softly, now synchronized with their combined efforts. The risk of catastrophe had passed dot as they returned to the starship. Leo glanced at Nara. "You know, for someone who teleports into people's rooms without warning, you're not so bad." Nara's form shimmered in a playful ripple. "Your species' humor is intriguing. I find it enjoyable." Back on the observation deck, Leo reviewed the data with her, noting that the energy anomaly had become stable. "I guess this makes us a team now," he said. "Yes," Nara replied. "Humans have a unique capacity for collaboration. I am honored to have experienced it firsthand." "Your species is extraordinary." Leo chuckled. "Extraordinary, huh? I like the sound of that. You know, I never thought a random teleportation incident would end up saving a planet." Nara's translucent form bent slightly, almost bowing. "Your species' unpredictability often yields positive outcomes. I shall recommend this approach to others in the cluster." Leo leaned back, watching the stars streak past the viewport. "So, you think humans are special?" Nara's glow intensified softly. I do. Your resilience, your ingenuity, and your capacity for empathy set you apart. The universe would do well to pay attention to humans. For the first time in months, Leo felt truly connected, not just to the stars outside, but to the possibilities of his species. The universe was vast and often dangerous, but humans, it seemed, had a way of leaving a mark that even advanced aliens could not ignore. And as Nara prepared to depart, teleporting back to her cluster, she left behind a parting message in the human language. Rendered in shimmering light across the deck, humans continue to astonish. You are worthy of the stars. Leo smiled, the soft hum of the starship surrounding him. Life in deep space was unpredictable, chaotic, and sometimes startling. But for the first time, he felt that unpredictability could be a strength. The galaxy was bigger than he had ever imagined, and humans were not just surviving, they were remarkable. He settled back at the console, ready to continue his observations, feeling a renewed sense of purpose. Somewhere out there, an alien had recognized what humans could accomplish. And that recognition mattered more than any reward he could have imagined. The stars outside twinkled, indifferent yet wondrous, and Leo whispered to the endless void, "Bring it on. We're ready."